Hi everyone, we are doing a mukbang and we're having some of my homemade crepes. And I'm here with my mom again. What do you think, Mom, about the crepes? I'm gonna eat some.
I'm starting to eat. Too early to tell.
What do you mean too early to tell?
They look great.
They must taste great, I hope.
I really like the apple.
I was complaining about the apples earlier, but it's okay. The tart, it's tarty, but with the crepes it's okay.
Absolutely.
Well, I wanted to talk about recipes and foods that you remember that you always like to cook. Do you have memory of something that you made that you really enjoyed?
First, I need to fill up my stomach.
Fine, and I will talk. I remember Grandma used to make really good cutlets, and she made me cook with her. I was her assistant, so one of my few memories, she made me make the potato noodles, and we had to roll it in flour and that and cut it up. Kapitka, yeah. And when she was not looking, I would sneak a few raw noodles, because it was good. It was cooked potatoes already, so I was eating the potatoes when she was not paying attention, and then she's like, "We don't have enough," and because I was secretly eating them as I was making them. But she also had the old grinder, and she made me put beets. And the beets are very difficult to chop up. So she made me go and put the beets through this grinder. Do you remember that grinder?
Mm-hmm. We still have it.
We still have it, yeah, I know. But it was a fun thing that I did as a kid because it required me to wind it and push it down. And it would dye my fingers purple and red. So it was a fun project. But my favorite was the hammer, when she made me hit the meat with the hammer. As a kid, that was really fun.
Now suddenly starting to return back to the traditional dishes.
Well, you have to.
They are healthy.
They're healthy, exactly. I'm getting tired of the salty, over-spiced food that they put in the restaurants to cover up that it's not fresh, it's all frozen. It doesn't taste good, and it's bad for you. And you feel horrible afterwards, and you're hungry afterwards. It triggers that craving in you that you want to have more. So eating this crepe, you don't feel hungry after eating your crepe, do you?
No.
No.
But I'm hungry today. I didn't have enough food for lunch, I guess.
Well, I told you to eat the hummus. You didn't want to eat my hummus.
Because I knew I will eat crepes.
Okay, well, you're going to eat hummus and crepes today.
Wow. The problem with restaurants is lack of consistency. You never know.
Yeah, you never know what you're going to get.
I don't know if they don't train the chefs or chefs are in bad moods.
Or both.
But you order the same dishes and once they are really good, and
Yeah.
next time around you cannot eat them because they don't taste the same.
No, it's not consistent, like you said. Unfortunately, in our city, it doesn't seem like they have any consistent cooks. So,
Plus, you have to go at certain time of the day because otherwise you wait long for the dish to arrive.
yeah, a long time. That's true.
So I'm doing it at home. It's good.
I enjoy cooking, as long as I'm cooking for somebody besides myself. I like that. It tastes better. When I cook for myself, I don't enjoy it so much. Do you find that?
Yeah,
you cook?
that's
Part of the enjoyment is someone else enjoying it with you, right?
absolutely
So,
socializing.
social thing. Well, it makes me try to do it better.
Yeah, that's true.
Oh, I have another memory of when Bacha made pecans with powder sugar on top. That was really good.
Pecans?
I don't know if it was pecans or walnuts. I don't remember. It was nuts. And it had powder sugar on it, and I would eat it like popcorn. I ate a lot of it. You don't remember?
No.
It was good. Maybe it was
It was.
secret. It was gone before you got me home. That's why I ate it all, I think.
Was it on special occasion?
Yeah. You don't remember?
No.
You had it in a special container. Secrets. Secret dessert that she made for me, I guess.
Susie was eating too?
Yeah,
Well,
we both ate it and we finished it.
there was nothing left for me.
Yeah, you didn't even know. She was spoiling us with the sweet nuts.
Yeah, you were spoiled.
I was spoiled. Because I didn't eat. So she was I guess she was trying to find something that I would eat. So I liked sweets.
You were eating. I always remember. Everybody else finished dinner, and here you were sitting and trying to pretend so you are eating. And I was sitting with you, and it was 45 minutes later. You were still trying to finish.
I was not trying to finish. I was just playing with my food. I was waiting for you to take it away because I didn't want to eat it.
And after, you really didn't want to go to any exotic restaurants. You know, it was just one restaurant when we were eating fried chicken, and we always ordered the same dish. And that moment they were consistent.
Yeah.
And you were still young. So they were already, in the moment when we were arriving, they
Started.
they were already ordering it because they knew what
What I
what
wanted.
we are going to eat. But it was good. That chicken and dinner was good.
I used to put strawberry jam on it on top. So sweet chicken.
No, but that you ate.
I did eat that. Yeah, every time.
But at home you didn't.
Yeah, I don't know why.
I don't know. It's I don't know what I like just special dinners for special occasions.
So you like
for
holidays,
Christmas.
holiday dinners?
Yeah, Christmas and Thanksgiving. That's you know that's, and of course birthdays. And there was a time when we were baking cakes. Now we don't, because we don't want to put the number of candles on the top.
Yeah, we could have put one candle on it.
One is not enough.
That's true. It's not exciting.
No. So
what is your favorite Christmas dish?
we have our traditional dishes. We have to have 12 of them. So there's special herring. First of all, there's only fish.
Yeah.
So we don't have meat. So there is a herring, special herring, and after different type of fish, fry fish. And after there is a mushroom soup.
Yeah.
with noodles, and after there's the pierogi stuff with the
Handmade pierogies that we had to make
yeah.
by hand, kneading, rolling. That was hard work.
Still is.
Yeah.
With special with the cabbage, sauerkraut, and
Eggs.
eggs and mushrooms special mushroom.
Kind of mushrooms. Had to be
Yeah.
specific type of mushrooms.
Yes. And it takes forever to make them. And after there is a dessert compote
Compote, yeah.
with different
Babka.
and babka and different type of dessert besides babka. So
Gingerbread.
gingerbread
Cookies. Mm-hmm.
So it adds up to 12.
You definitely are full at the end.
Yeah, that's on a Christmas Eve,
Yeah.
and after we exchange the gifts on evening that evening.
I remember Santa gets pierogies instead of cookies at our house. And he ate it. He ate all the pierogies. Yeah, it was funny. But what is your favorite meal, everyday meal, that you like to make at home?
Different type of soups. Starting the one which when somebody is not feeling well, like you, the chicken.
On a regular basis?
uh,
Chicken soup.
Chicken soup, which nobody makes the chicken soup the way I do, so never tastes the same. So.
Yeah, Mom makes the best chicken soup. And tomato soup.
And tomato.
I love tomato soup.
And after vegetable soup.
Yeah, vegetable soup.
And after beet soup.
Beets, borscht.
Yeah.
Yeah. A lot of soups.
Yeah. And also pierogis too. Most of the time here now we switched. Previously it was pierogis with meat, and now pierogi with potato and cheese. Or pierogi with sauerkraut and different mushrooms. So it's a lot of. It's almost borderline of not as much meat. You know?
No, we don't eat that much meat. Ever.
No, we eat chicken.
Chicken.
And we eat fish.
And fish. Yeah, that's our diet.
So that's our menus.
So what food, if you were only allowed to eat one type of food every day? For the rest
Every
of your-
day?
Yeah, what would you eat every day?
I don't know.
You know my answer. What is my answer?
What is your
Peanut butter sandwich. You know that's always been my favorite. No jam, just peanut butter. Roasted peanut butter, creamy. I can eat that every day.
I would eat scrambled eggs.
Oh, okay. Scrambled eggs is good.
Scrambled eggs or omelette. I like eggs.
You like eggs? Good.
But I don't know if I will eat it every day.
I can definitely eat peanut butter every day.
Nah, I know. Ever since you were
A child.
We were-
What was my favorite food at McDonald's? You don't remember? Chicken nuggets.
nuggets.
That was my thing I always ate.
Well, I only think I remember about every time when we travel, we had to travel with the jar of peanut butter.
Because I wouldn't want to try any other foods.
As I say, I don't remember how old you were until you started to try the Chinese food.
It was in my 20s.
Yeah.
I think it was all after I discovered what I was allergic to. I think that was why I was so picky, because I was not hungry. Oh, cardinal singing. I was not wanting to try foods because I was getting stomach aches and I was getting sick all the time, you know. So I think after I had that allergic reaction with my friend Hillary. Hey, Hillary. So what happened was when I was 18, I went out with my friend Hillary for coffee and that's sparkling water. Coffee and brownies with walnuts. And I ate the brownies with walnuts. I didn't finish it because it was loaded with walnuts. And I started to have a reaction. I didn't know what was going on, but I was not feeling good and my face started to swell. And then after that, I started to pay attention and I started avoiding eating nuts. And then that, I guess it was connected to that because once I know what was affecting me, I was not afraid to try other foods. So I started to try Chinese, Asian food, all other foods, and I was okay once I was comfortable knowing. But as a kid, I didn't know because I was having so many stomach aches. Remember how many times I was feeling sick?
Yeah,
But I didn't have a reaction. That was the thing. I didn't have an allergic reaction.
we had the walnuts for Christmas all the time.
I know. We were eating bowls of nuts. But I never had a traditional allergic reaction to foods except getting sick. But I didn't have the traditional face swelling or rashes or anything. It was just I was sick and we assumed that it was a flu or something like that, you know.
So the last reaction which you had, I shall never forget the rest of my life.
The one in Germany?
Yeah.
Okay, I have to tell that story. So in Germany, and they love nuts in Germany, so it was a nightmare for me because I didn't know if I could buy any pastry or bread because they were loaded with nuts, or they would bake with other items that had nuts. So Mom was visiting me when I was living in Dresden, and we went to an Italian restaurant, and I ordered a ravioli, which I thought was butter sauce. But I didn't know German well enough, and it was actually ravioli.
Well, we didn't ask.
Well, we didn't ask either. We assumed Italian food would not be cooked in nuts. It was an assumption. We assumed it's going to be oil, you know, olive oil or something like that. So my plate came out with ravioli in oil, but we later found out that this was not oil, and it was delicious. I ate the whole thing. It was really good. And with my reactions, I don't feel it right away. It takes at least 30 minutes before I had any reaction. So afterwards, we went to the Castle Museum and we were looking at armory and artwork. And I remember strangely feeling, I was looking at my hands because it felt like needles are pinching my hand. And I was like, why my palms are itchy and felt like needles? But I ignored it at that moment. And I remember looking around and I made eye contact with this German guy. And if you're a stereotypical German, I'm sorry, but generally you have an expressionless face, generally. So when I made eye contact with this guy, he had a shock face. And I was like, why is he looking shocked at me? So I turned to Mom and you suddenly had the same face, like, and she's like, your face. And I felt my face swell, close, like my eyes closed up. I had a whole swollen face from eating that ravioli. And luckily I had my EpiPen and I used it, but it was horrible trying to get to the emergency because we went to a hotel and we asked them to call someone and they gave us a taxi. We went to the taxi to the emergency.
Because they are not used to.
Yeah, they didn't seem an emergency for them. Yeah, I guess.
This type of allergies are not common.
No,
in Europe.
They're not common in Europe. So I went to the emergency room, and I remember the doctor, a very German doctor, blonde hair, German accent, but spoke perfect English. And he said, "Is this how you normally look?" Seriously. And I was like, "Really?" And he asked for my ID, so I had to show him the ID of my what I actually look like and what I looked like then. I look completely different. And the doctor said to me, "Okay, well, we're gonna keep you for observation because you already used your EpiPen." And I was like, "No, you're supposed to give me some extra medicine to control this." And he didn't want to. They just wanted to keep me for observation. So I asked Mom to help me, and we just signed myself out of it. But it was a whole week. First, the whole week my face was like morphing into many shapes. So one moment I was normal, the next moment my eye was swollen or something strange. So I was like, I felt like a monster. And then for a whole month, my face looked like I had plastic surgery because it was so swollen. And I'm like, I really thought my face would never come back to normal after that experience.
Well, you see, we're supposed to talk about food, and we are talking about allergic reaction to food.
Because it is my life. I have to watch what I eat. And so nowadays, I don't eat any pastries or bread or anything related to nuts or possibility with nuts because I'm afraid to go through that again. You know, it's not an experience you want to go through. So it is a topic of food.
Yeah. So in case you are surprised in terms of what we eat, now you understand. We have to watch.
We have to watch. So my diet is very minimal of basic ingredients. And generally I do not add any spices on purpose or nuts or anything. Because of my restrictions, you know.
But one thing good in America,
Yeah.
in most of the restaurants, they ask,
Yeah.
do you have any allergies? Where in Europe,
They don't
you
ask.
don't.
Well, most of the world does not ask. They don't think about it. But in America, because it's so common here, everyone asks for your allergies. And I'm glad. It's like I forget. I admit I forget that I need to tell them.
No.
Yeah. Well, that's enough of our talk today.
Well, if we bore you because of our plain,
We're not boring, Mom.
plain menus,
Yeah.
sorry, but that's our life.
It's our life. But we have delicious crepes. So did you enjoy your crepe, Mom?
Oh, very much so.
Homemade.
Yes, I would like some, cream on this, on
Whipped
top.
cream? Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Well,
Next
we didn't
time.
get it. Well, hello.
Where's our waitress?
waiter?
And the bees are coming. You see, they're attracted to
Okay,
the.
so we better finish.
It's a little honeybee.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
It's tiny. All right. Well, thank you everyone for watching our podcast today, our little mukbang, and I hope you learned a little bit something more about us and our eating habits. See you
Bye-bye.
next time. Bye.